compete in a unique partnership. ABC Sports presents the 1989 McDonald's Open as the Denver Nuggets meet Jugoplastika Split. 3 years ago, the NBA expanded their horizons internationally, starting this McDonald's Basketball Open. They started it all in Milwaukee in '87, last year in Madrid, and the first 2 years have produced 4 players for the NBA. Today, 2 more have a chance of playing in the NBA. With me, my broadcasting partner, Riccardo Vitale, better known as Dick Vitale. Dick, how's your Italian?
I'll tell you one thing, Gary. Tommy Lasorda, eat your heart out, baby, because the pasta and the linguine has been fantastic.
Let's talk about those 2 guys. Tony Kukoc to start with.
Well, when you talk about Kukoc, you're talking about a very imaginative kind of player. He has great range as a shooter. He can pass the basketball. He scored 38 points against the United States World University Games team back in 1987. Definitely projected to be an NBA first rounder.
The other guy is Dino Radja.
Well, when you talk about Roger, you're talking about a power inside player. Raja was drafted by the Boston Celtics. He'll be in a Celtic uniform next year. But if the people in Boston are ready to hang a banner thinking that Roger will be the answer, he is a complimentary player, just a good inside player who'll contribute to their front court.
Doug Moe is the head coach of the Denver Nuggets. Dick, he ought to really be comfortable. He played 2 years here in Italy.
Gary's a very unique personality, and I like those wacky kind of guys. He really is something special. When you talk about the coach of the decade, you talk about Pat Riley. But right after Riley, I have to talk about Doug Moe. He has gotten maximum out of his team. They have overachieved. He allows them the freedom to run, pass, and they really create great offense. Averaged 118 points a game last year, second in the NBA to the Phoenix Suns.
Show you the success they've had. They have the second best record in the West, second only to the Lakers in the last 5 years. One of those reasons is Alex English.
Well, Alex English, a scoring machine. The only guy in NBA history to have 8 consecutive 2,000-point seasons. Also the leading scorer in the decade in the NBA. Just an absolute scoring machine. But it doesn't end with Alex English. What about the perimeter duo of Fat Lever, who led the club in assists, steals, and rebounds, and the three-point whiz, the little guy, who all the experts said could not play. Watch him. His name is Michael Adams. He is ultra quick. Basketball, I can't wait.
We're underway. We're going to return with more of the McDonald's Basketball Open after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
If you're watching TV without great sound, you're missing half the excitement. But when you connect your TV to the Bose 321 GS DVD home entertainment system, your movies, music, and sports come to life in an exciting home theater experience. Forget about the complications of a conventional 5-speaker system, and you won't need those wires running to the back of your room. With the 321 system, you only see 2 small speakers. The Hideaway Acoustimass module delivers deep, dramatic sound. And the built-in DVD CD player, FM/AM tuner, and universal remote let you easily enjoy sound that John Budrus of the Boston Globe magazine says rivals that of more expensive 5-satellite units. How does the 321 system deliver this kind of performance from just 2 speakers? In the past, to get sound from all directions, you needed 5 speakers. But after many years of researching the science of how people hear, Bose developed an easier way to enjoy home theater. It's called True Space Digital Surround Processing Circuitry. This technology gives you the sense that sound is all around you, and it delivers this spacious sound experience from 2 speakers instead of 5.
If you set this system against somebody with just a regular television set, they would just be blown away by the sound they're getting out of these 2 speakers and the Acoustimass. It's amazing.
Call now to experience this revolutionary breakthrough in your own home. It's simple to set up and connects easily to equipment you already own, like a VCR. And if you love music, ask about the 321 GSX system that lets you store 200 hours of your favorite CDs. Our excitement guarantee gives you 30 days to experience the 321 system in your own home risk-free. When you call, be sure to ask how you can make 12 easy payments with no interest charges from Bose. And if you order today, Bose will ship your system right to your front door free. So why settle for half the experience when the 321 GS and GSX systems give you so much more?
So Doug Moe's Denver Nuggets will have Alex English, Rasmussen, the 7-footer, Shays, Lever, and Adams in the backcourt.
2 years ago, that club won 54 games, for the most in Denver history. And there's Jugoplastika lineup. We worked on it all day. You take the names, Mr. Bender.
All right, Kukoc is the man we talked about. Radja, And also Sobin, Ivanovic, and Pasevich, who is kind of really a surprise starter. We didn't expect to see him. We thought Stojanovic would be in there, but instead coming in there is Pasevich.
Pasevich is a good shooter. Played at the University of Utah under Lynn Archibald, who's now the #1 assistant for Bill Frieda at Arizona State.
This man is Carl Jungenbrand, who's from Finland. He attended the NBA referee summer camp in Los Angeles. And the veteran Hugh Evans from Richmond, who, by the way, has a son who's a running back at West Virginia, and he's been around the league, what, 17 years, I
This
believe?
will be his 17th year in the league. One of the real consistent, outstanding guys blowing a whistle in the NBA.
So we're ready to go. The 3rd annual McDonald's Basketball Open, as Raja will go up against Danny Shays. Shays at 6'11". Raja also listed at 6'11". A little jockeying for position, and Hugh Evans wants to be sure everyone is equal as we start.
Denver's basically a perimeter-oriented team, but Shays and Rasmussen are very valuable to give them the size inside. They have to provide some rebounding.
Pasevich is a surprise starter, number 6. He's 6'4", 21 years old. There is Sobin, who is their big center. Pasevich, a good outside shooter, into their pivot man. This is the man we've been watching so closely, Kukoc. He's a left-hander. And he is fouled on the shot on the way up, and the foul will go against Alex English.
He has really been drawing the raids of many of the coaches here. As we look at the coach now of the...
That is Bozidar Malkovic.
Boy, we've worked hard on these names. Malkovic.
He's been elected the best Yugoslavian coach the past 2 years, as Kukoc now gives Jugoplastika a 1-0 lead.
Kukoc has that great touch. He's only 21 years of age and is eligible for the NBA draft next year because you have to be 22 years of age to be eligible to be drafted, and he will be sought after.
Well, the miss, but Sobin came down with the rebound. There's Raja, picked up by Shays. Kukoc, pass on the baseline. The jumper's on the way by Ivanovic, and it's a 3-0 game.
Ivanovic is an excellent shooter. Come on, smile, Doug.
Too much pasta. There's Shays from the baseline missing, and right now the Nuggets seemingly off to a very slow start. There it's broken up by Michael Adams, but saved by Sobin. Baseline, Ivanovic looked like he wanted to crack another one, but brings it outside.
Pasevich is the ball handler. He's the guard that's going to run the offense.
Ivanovic, who hit one earlier, puts another one underway, and it is now a 5-0 game.
He's an excellent shooter. The Nuggets like to run the ball up the sideline.
Ivanovic committing the foul that time as Lever ducking inside.
Pat Lever, you talk about one of the most underrated players in all of basketball. When I talk about the basketball junkie, the basketball fan, they are aware of Lever, but a lot of people out there don't give this guy the recognition he deserves. His peers do. He is Mr. Versatility.
What a rebounder he is. As Doug Mohseni just loves to rebound. A lot of guys don't like to rebound at the guard spot.
Well, because of the kind of offense they run the passing game where they invert their guards and forwards, Gary. He's in great rebound and position, especially on offensive rebounding, and he really is outstanding in that area.
So he gets him on the scoreboard. Pat Lever makes it 5-2. Jugoplastika. Now he has some full court pressure being applied.
Nuggets try to pick up the pace of the game. Not a good defensive basketball team. They rely on their offense.
Kukoc, they listed 6'10". He only weighs 190 pounds.
He's going to have to get stronger physically to take the pounding to play in the NBA. Good passer. That was a good pass right there.
That one wasn't. Picked up, and here they come to Michael Adams on the break. He has to change the shot, and followed by Lever's not there. And Raja has it, batted away, and the scrambling activity gets the ball to English. Still can't get it to go. Nuggets still have not hit a field goal. They trail 5-2, and Sobin elects not to shoot.
Jugoplastika, they're not mechanical. A lot of foreign teams are very mechanical. They have a lot of finesse to their game.
A lot of times they talk about the players here in Europe, they'll go right through you instead of over you. But this team has some athleticism to get up high. Baseline, Sobin.
Good two-man play right there. Sobin with the deuce on the inside. Good power move. Excellent two-man play.
The 9:48 mark of the first quarter. It's 7-2, and the Yugoslavians have the lead. And inside, Hugh Evans has got somebody hanging on. As you look at Alan Bristow, the assistant coach. Walter Davis, let's look at this one again.
We take a look at that little two-man game. There's the excellent bounce pass. Good move inside, power layup that was created by the good pass inside. Excellent pass by Sobin.
Raja was the guy guilty of the foul, and there's another shot missing by Alex English. Pasevich on the break now, 3-on-1, 3-on-2, and they lose it. Now, they do not have to wait for the official to throw into the backcourt. That's one of the international rules. Off it comes to Shays, and he is fouled by Raja, and that's his second.
I really like that rule internationally where they allow him to throw the ball in bounds. Just look at Malkovich, the coach, because it takes away the pout, the sulk after the blown whistle by the official. Now you have to get back defensively in transition.
It's one of the hardest things to learn for the Nuggets coming in here is to remember that.
There's a look at Danny Shays, an important guy to this basketball team, hitting the jumper on the top of the key, giving him some post play inside as he scores the free throw.
There's Raja. As we mentioned, he has committed 2 personal fouls. He got into foul difficulty in the semifinal game as well.
He was involved in a big suit. He wanted to wear the Celtic uniform. The club here took him to court. They won the case. They settled, and he'll be in a Celtic uniform next year. He was a second-round draft choice.
You know, he worked out in Celtic green all week. He loves that color, evidently. 7-4 now the count.
Yeah, he likes the cash they're going to lay on him. Lots of green. Uncle George Washington. Piles of it.
Well, you should know about that.
Oh, come on now.
Here is Ivanovic, who's hit a couple from outside thus far.
They run some nice screens to try and free Ivanovic.
That's Kukoc, and that's not going to find the mark.
He's a perimeter shooter, Gary. Kukoc had 11 threes against the United States team and their junior team back in 1987.
Right now, the Nuggets really a little shaky in the early going, not very smooth. They trail 7-4, and look at the shooting, 0 for 4 thus far for the Nuggets from the field. Here's Raja, baseline move, and no foul. Coming away with his Rasmussen. Lever kicks it out. Here's a 3. Michael Adams. Nope, not there. Kukoc comes away with it. Boy, Adams, he loves that shot. He's got a funny-looking shot, doesn't he? Ivanovic from the baseline, and he's hit 3 now.
Can't allow him to shoot the open shot. He's an excellent perimeter shooter, as we talked in our scouting report a little bit earlier.
9-4 now. Jugoplastika with the lead. Just underway in this first quarter of play. Here is Danny Shays from outside. They leave him open, and coming away with it, Jugoplastika. Denver now 0 for 6 from the field.
Denver being really out of hustle. They're getting one shot.
Rasmussen, 7-footer out of the University of Oregon, brings it off now to Michael Adams. He's a real key to this team.
They got to find Alex English.
Rasmussen pulls up, so the other big guy hits one from out there.
That's the trail man. They call him the 5-man. He's the trail man in the running game. If that shot is not available, they immediately get into their passing game, which is pass, cut hard to the basket, or pass and screen away.
You know, Larry Brown's teams do that a lot, too.
Well, he plays a little bit more of a structured game, but remember, Larry Brown gave Doug Moe his first chance to coach.
Mažić able to hit the 21-year-old. He had a terrible auto accident this summer, very serious injury. Here's Rasmussen, and as he makes the baseline move, he's fouled.
Rasmussen had a back problem. He was in traction. Really wasn't able to contribute last year like he did the year prior when they won 54 games. They have to have a healthy Rasmussen if they're going to be able to win 54 basketball games, because he's an important contributor on that baseline.
Dick, they say he's in the best shape of his career. He really worked hard in the offseason to keep from having the problems you were talking about.
It's amazing to me, Gary, as we watch this basketball team and we look at the personnel that Denver has, that they're capable of winning 50 games. That's a credit to Doug Moe.
There is a miss, but a rebound followed by Pat Lever.
There's the offensive rebound by Pat Lever. We talked about it a little bit earlier, getting ready to sign a multi-year $1 million contract, close to $2 million per year.
The Nuggets now have climbed within 2. They trail 11-9. Sobey taking Rasmussen inside, locked out of bounds. It'll be Jugoplastika's basketball. They won a foul, didn't get it. And Coach Malkovich thought that was a foul as well.
Coach Malkovich is in on every play. I'm really impressed with the intensity and the work ethic of the Jugoplastika team.
10 seconds now on the shot clock as Kukoc brings it into Raja. You're going to have to get a shot off here now with 5 seconds. Good defensive pressure by Adams. 3 seconds. And Mažić doesn't get it to go. And it's tipped out, but Ivanovic comes up with it.
He wants to shoot it. He can shoot the rock.
Boy, he's got the feel now.
He can shoot the rock. You watch him in practice. He has great rotation, great follow through.
Adams loses it out of bounds.
The moves that I make me who I am. I am Gilbert Arenas, and my moves are my DNA. NBA Live 08, rated E for everyone. EA Sports, it's in the game.
What if you could learn shooting from perhaps the best shooter in basketball history? Now you can. Better Basketball, home of the world's best improvement videos, brings you the ultimate in shot instruction. An all-new 3-hour DVD, Better Shooting 2. And as a bonus, you'll learn the shooting secrets of J.J. Redick. The video will build your entire shot, from footwork up to the finishing stroke. Buy Better Shooting and the entire Better Basketball DVD series today and start improving tomorrow. Call 1-800-BETTER-B or visit betterbasketball.com.
Go on an NBA road trip with the NBA League Pass Early Bird offer. Follow your favorite out-of-market teams and players. Experience the intensity of NBA basketball at home or online with NBA League Pass broadband. See exciting NBA action and the league's biggest stars wherever they play. Don't miss your chance to save $20 off the regular season price. To order NBA League Pass, call DirecTV, Dish Network, or your local cable provider. Don't miss a minute of the live action. Get NBA League Pass now.
This is a special announcement. The public is entitled to purchase cars and homes seized by police and bank agents. An inventory of cars and homes are available now and will be sold to the public. Call now 800-692-0094. Cars available from $500. Homes available from $199 a month. Down payment assistance available for those who qualify. For listings in your area, call 800-692-0094. That's 800-692-0094.
The Celtics 113-111.
Well, they're going to try and make a steal here, and they got their best defensive team in there right now.
And the Lakers, keep in mind, do not have to take a shot.
And it goes quickly in now to Mažić. Back over to Worthy, and it's picked off. Goes to Hammonds, and he lays it off and out. It's all tied up. A great play by Hammonds.
For a minute there, I could hear Johnny Bruce going, Henderson steals the ball.
As we come back in, 13-9 Jugoplastika now within 2 of the Nuggets. Ivanovic has really done a great job for the Yugoslavians earlier. He's hit all 4 of his attempts from outside. Kukoc on the move, and that was an impressive move. The basket will count, and he's fouled as he goes inside.
That was absolutely sensational. What a tremendous first step he has to the goal. Look at Coach Malkovich. He says, I love it, Tony. I love it. Do more and more of it.
They say this guy is an American-style player.
What an unbelievable. 21 years of age. You know, he could really be a high draft choice next year if he declares to play in the NBA. But word has it, we asked some of the people there, they say he doesn't want to play in the NBA.
I don't know if I believe that. He's attending law school. They say he has a great sense of humor. Maybe that's his sense of humor.
Well, I think he wants to play initially in Italy or in Greece and get a lot of cash, but they say he doesn't like the physical contact that exists in the NBA.
Here's Shays, who committed that foul a moment ago, left-handed running hook, and it's a 16-13 game. Jugoplastika, there's Adams with the steal. Boy, is he quick. Off it comes to Lever.
Nice pass.
And the trailing man is English, and he is fouled by Pavicevic.
They really utilized the trailing man in their running game exceptionally well. We call that the secondary phase of break.
Alex English, you documented that he was the guy who for so many years, 8 straight years, scored 2,000 points or more. What's amazing about him, Dick, he's missed only 9 games in his career.
He comes to play every day, but the best thing about Mr. English, class personified with a capital C. I mean, this guy really represents the uniform in such a positive way, both on the court and off.
Well, at halftime, we're going to have an interesting piece that just says exactly what you're talking about.
He's a poet laureate. He's had 3 poems published.
And he's an actor, too. 16-14 now. Jugoplastika by 2. 6:07 left now in this first quarter of play. 11,635 on hand here at the Pallure and Roll. Kukoc baseline, brings it out to Pavicevic.
Kukoc has got a tremendous first step, which gets him free for his shots. Look at number 7 handle a basketball.
Boy, that's a long ways out, and he got it, a three-pointer.
He tickles the twine. That baby can shoot the rock. Oh, I love Tony Kukoc. Get him in a uniform, somebody.
7 points for Kukoc. And English off balance.
He got hurt there.
It does look like he bothered himself on that. Lachey's comes away with it, and Lever now has trouble. That's traveling. I hope Alex is all right. He kind of came up short on that play.
There's the calm-looking Mr. Doug Moe, usually known for berating his players, but he does it in a special way. He doesn't hold any grudge. Look at that jump shot. He takes the contact. I mean, that is a trifecta from downtown.
Well, Doug played in Padua, Italy, which he says is about 20 miles west of Venice those 2 years, so he's in his home country, I guess, in some ways. There's a shot underway by Pavicevic. He gets a roll.
They're really a sound perimeter shooting team.
Adams on the move, and he is fouled. They're trying to get the tempo picked up, and I tell you, Yugoslavia's getting back very quickly.
They're trying to get back to stop the break. Now, if you want the tempo to be picked up offensively, there are not too many better that'll do it than Walter Davis coming into the game. He can really shoot the basketball.
In the semifinal game here on Friday, he hit 10 of 11 from the field. So he comes in, and checking out of the ball game will be Alex English.
Michael Adams, what an interesting story. Gets cut by Sacramento after being drafted by Sacramento. He gets the axe. He goes to Washington. He gets the axe twice. Comes back again. Gets involved in a trade. Goes over to Denver, and it's been unbelievable. Fits into the system perfectly for Doug Moe.
That last foul, by the way, was given to Pavicevic. He has 3 fouls already in this game, so he's in some foul difficulty. Adams at the line. Michael Adams is the guy that Doug Moe says is so key to our team. We have to have a guy that will up-tempo the game, keep it moving, and that's their biggest problem, is finding a backup for him.
They're really looking for a backup. Right now they're playing Eddie Hughes at that position. It's his job, either his or Corey Gaines is trying to win that job back there. It looks like they're really going to search the waiver list to try and find someone to back up Michael Adams.
21-16. Jugoplastika's led all the way. 5:08 to go in the first quarter. Kukoc with that big jumper from outside. They have to pick him up and really respect his range. In it goes to Raja. Shays fronts him. Nice move by Raja, and he is fouled by Shays. Raja is 6'11", and he is the guy who they feel has all the NBA offensive skills. He was also on the silver medalist team that was in Seoul. Substitution now. Zoran Stojanovic, number 4, comes in, and here is Tim Kempton coming in for the Nuggets. Last year was Charlotte, and I'll tell you, Doug Moe likes Tim Kempton.
He has really been their surprise player at training camp. He's really been brilliant. In fact, he was their best player in 2 of their exhibition games, and Kempton gives him a solid baseline player, especially after losing Wayne Cooper to free agency. He went over to Portland.
Raja in the semifinal game had 19 points. There's Kempton.
Don't be shocked if we don't see Bill Hanslick on the floor and about 6'7" playing Tony Kukoc, because he's had a reputation of playing big people. 3 years ago, he checked Ralph Sampson, and really, I'll tell you something, Hanslick's one tough cookie from out of Notre Dame fame.
Well, Denver cut it to 2, but all of a sudden now they're down 23-16. Inside 5 minutes left in the first quarter. Here's Walter Davis. Boy, if he gets that streak going, he has the hot hand, a real streaky shooter. Here is Adams. Nice move.
Adams doesn't have an intermediate jump shot. He's either going to drive to the goal or shoot that one-handed set shot from three-point range.
Also in the ball game now is Zoran Savic, number 13. That's Savic right there. He's the backup center to Sobin, and Kempton almost got the steal. Big, strong guy is Savic, 6'9". Here's Jovanovic again. Rebound by Shays.
Their team is strictly perimeter oriented. Their inside people are utilized as passers.
They haven't seen anybody like Adams, have they? He's going around them like greased lightning a couple of times.
There's a look at Mr. Travellini sitting next to Doug Moe on his left.
The chopper.
Outstanding trainer.
3-point lead now for Jugoplastika. Boy, they're coming clear out to pick up Kukoc. They know he can drill it from out there.
But he can also take that ball to the goal.
He overpassed it there. He had a shot, tried to get it to Raja. Here's Walter Davis. And Lever can't hang on. And here comes Adams again, creating some things. Davis. And the air ball goes to Raja. And you hear the oohs and the ahs here in the Pallure in Rome, Italy. They feel that Davis had the best camp of anybody. And now Raja is elbowing. He commits the foul. Elbowing Danny Shays. And Hugh Evans caught that one.
Here's the ball reversed to the corner. Oh, there's the elbow down inside. Look at Roger trying to get post position inside. He's trying to send a message loud and clear to Danny Shays that I can play. It's 3 fouls.
That's right. That's the message. He has 3, as does Pavicevic. So both guys in foul difficulty. Here's Davis, and Davis hits this one after missing badly on the one earlier. And it's a 1-point game now. Jugoplastika by 1. Kukoc in the backcourt now, along with Starenovic. Denver now with 6 unanswered points. Have climbed back into this one with 3:04 left in the first quarter.
They're going to try to get a screen for Kukoc, but they're really extended defensively. Davis is on him right here.
There's Kukoc, 3-pointer, and Kukoc continues to impress.
What an amazing shooter. If he can just learn how to play a little bit more on the interior.
Adams again. Can't get that one done. Ivanovic, the breakaway. The leading scorer in this game for Jugoplastika. 28-22. He has 10 points. And Pat Lever at the other end answers.
Pat Lever, not a great shooter, but a good scorer. You know, when you look at this club team right here, this is not their national basketball team. This is a club team that plays together throughout the year in a 12-man league.
Ivanovic almost traveling with the basketball, and no one there for that pass. And now Malkovich wants to call a timeout. Jugoplastika having a little trouble that time, setting their offense up. But they lead it by 4, 2:16 left to go in the first quarter.
It worked on me, and it worked for a lot of people I know. Proceed works.
Attention, men with thinning hair. The pictures you're seeing are of men who used a revolutionary product called Proceed, a newly patented product that requires just 1 application every 90 days. Proceed works by increasing hair shaft diameter. In clinical studies, statistically significant increases in hair shaft diameters were achieved after a single application. And over just a short period of time, Proceed can make your hair thick, strong, and full enough to help diminish the appearance of thinning areas using it just once every 90 days. That's what makes Proceed so different and appealing to busy men.
Because it impacts the hair and doesn't fake it out or leave some gel on it to make it look thicker, my hair looks thicker because it is thicker. This is my real hair. That's what's so great about Proceed.
Proceed really worked for me. It was fabulous. It feels like I have a full head of hair back there. It's like I really noticed a tremendous difference. I'm really happy with it.
Proceed makes you look great with virtually no effort. You gotta try this, guys. Stop the daily regimens. Get off the life sentence of drugs. Get started with Proceed to start looking your best right now.
Are the ravages of age on your hair making you look and feel older? Are you less confident in public, at the workplace, or around women? Are you fed up with daily routines? Well, now you can try Proceed absolutely risk-free. The exact product selling at Giuseppe Franco's of Beverly Hills for $450, yours to try for 90 days. Plus, order today and Proceed will include its volumizing shampoo and conditioner, altogether a $480 value. Use just 1 application. Wait 90 days, and if you're not 100% satisfied, send back the unused portion for a full refund, but keep the shampoo and conditioner as your gift for trying. Proceed. We're the one. Just 1 application every 90 days. Operators are standing by, so have your credit card ready to order right now.
I'm Giuseppe Franco. I'm not putting my name on the line for something that doesn't work.
Oh, my! Big three. Felton! Mecca. Oh, huge rejection. Matt Carroll Morrison with the slam. EW from back in the day. Yes! Well, now that's what we've been waiting for. Got it!
This is St. Peter's Basilica in the Vatican, the largest church in the world. It took over 200 years to build. What a magnificent setting. And I know we all had the chance to go see it. The question I have, Dick Vitale, did you have a private audience with the Pope?
Unfortunately, I did not. We had to come to work today and do some voiceovers. I wanted to go to Mass this morning. Jack Ramsey, the former outstanding coach in the NBA, went to Mass this morning. The Pope gave the Mass, and he was absolutely thrilled. I would have given anything to be there.
As we come back, there's 2:16 left in this first quarter. It's 28-24. Jugoplastika with the lead. Eddie Hughes has come to the ball game, number 1. He's the guy fighting for that backup spot to Michael Adams.
Right, this game is more important in Eddie Hughes than just a basketball game. He's trying to provide a spark for himself to prove to the coach he can play.
Walter Davis has hit 2 in a row now. A two-pointer cuts it to 2.
He's just born to shoot. Getting another lease on life here with Doug Moe. Had some problems off the court. They seem to be all solved.
Well, he's 34 years old. Last year of his contract. Nice touch pass that time. Went inside, and Savage put it away.
Just so creative in passing the basketball.
Here's Kempton with a nice fake to take it inside, and he is fouled. Let's go back to that touch pass.
They use the high post. It comes right off the high post. There's the recognition inside. Little high post entry. He's a very creative player, talking about Kukoc. He really has eyes on the floor. Come on, Doug, give us a smile right now. It can't be all that bad.
But Doug just went through a serious knee operation 9 weeks ago, and he's been trying to rehabilitate that knee.
He played at North Carolina, Gary, under Frank McGuire, and Dean Smith was the assistant coach then. Played with Larry Brand. They developed a great friendship. Larry gave him a chance to be his assistant when he started to coach in the ABA, and now he's become one of the outstanding coaches. Really a guy that has a lot of stability that he lends to this team because he allows the guys to play. He doesn't try to overcoach.
Look at the shooting percentage of Jugoplastika, 71. They lead it by 3. Kukoc and Ivanovic have done most of the shooting for this ball club.
It doesn't shock me with the field goal percentage. A little bit high, Gary, but I'm going to tell you why. Number one, when you look at Denver last year, they were 24th in the league in field goal percentage defensively.
Here is Todd Lichty, the rookie out of Stanford, their first-round draft pick, gets it off to Walter Davis.
Somebody to tell them, Jugoplastika, that he can shoot the rock because no one's rotating over. A little penetration, and he's wide open for the J.
So Todd Lichty's in along with Hughes. They are the new backcourt now for the Denver Nuggets. Kempton is in there as he come in earlier along with Walter Davis, broken up by Hughes. It'll be Jugoplastika's basketball. Also in the game now is Jerome Lane, the second-year man from Pittsburgh. He is number 35, and they really expect him to help take their team to the next level.
He's really been an enigma because he's been an up-and-down player. As we look at Parasovic coming into the game.
Boy, you got that out well.
Parasovic. Pavicevic, what more do you want? You want more? Kukoc? I've been working all day in Rome on these names.
They say that Parasovic is the best sixth man in Europe. So he comes in now, and Kukoc has been fouled by Walter Davis. Davis didn't agree with that, but he picked it up. And there's the chicken, and the chicken, I wonder if he speaks Italian.
I'll tell you, he's been doing a brilliant job entertaining the people here as well as the Memphis State pom-pom girls, who to me are just absolutely sensational. There's the coach, Malovic.
So Davis picking up the foul, his first. And it comes now to the center, picked up by Jerome Lane. They try to get it into Savage. That'll be off of Jugoplastika. That was Parasovic.
Gary, the reason I mentioned Jerome Lane's been an enigma because they see a lot of talent, and he's been kind of inconsistent. Look at him shoot the basket.
Yeah, Davis really heating up after the air ball now. He's hit his last 4. As we mentioned earlier, he was 10 of 11 on Friday night. Outside shot now by Storanovic, and Kempton's there with a rebound.
They have to get some inside play. They just cannot rely strictly on a perimeter shot to beat this Denver basketball team.
Hughes from outside, and Hughes hits it. He's out of Colorado State.
He's bounced around a lot. Last year he was with Denver for half the season.
He's 29 years old. He was back with the Clippers in '82. Here's a drive by Lichtke, and the rookie takes it all the way.
Lichtke's a good open court player. There's a TO right now, a timeout. Lichtke's got good speed with the basketball and good legs. He's going to be a good rookie.
Into the first quarter, and a real burst by the Nuggets. They lead by 5.
Time in 5 years and the 4th time in their rich history, the San Antonio Spurs are NBA World Champions.
A new day is upon us, where history will be forged through sacrifice. 30 teams will battle to add their own chapter.
Championship on 3, 1, 2, 3, championship.
Upstarts will compete for respect. And superstars for immortality.
I think it's time I said it. Buckle up. Here we go. Message delivered.
Fourth quarter, 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
The journey to greatness is about to begin. 1.
Get big arms, a ripped chest, and cut abs with the perfect push-up. The perfect push-up works with the natural rotation of your arms and shoulders to maximize results and minimize stress on your body. With the perfect push-up, your hands, arms, and shoulders rotate 90 degrees, just like in a punch. All the energy of a push-up is captured and transmitted right where you want it, to the muscles. There's no wasted effort, just muscle-building movement. And as your arms rotate, you feel it work in your biceps, your triceps, your chest and abs, and your shoulders. Invented by a U.S. Navy SEAL and made with steel and a ball-bearing movement, it's the push-up perfected. So here's the deal. The perfect push-up is only 2 payments of $19.95. When you order, you'll receive 2 perfect push-up rotational handles, and you'll also receive the Navy SEAL-inspired perfect push-up workout chart. You'll be ripped in no time. Get big fast. Call right now for the perfect push-up.
Call 1-800-896-9005.
Gary Bender, Dick Vitale, and Cheryl Miller from the Pallure in Rome, 42-37. Walter Davis, we mentioned what he did on Friday night. He's 10 of 11. Look what he is now up to the moment.
Well, that doesn't shock me at all. He's getting wide open jump shots, and he's one of the great 6 men in basketball. You talk about Eddie Johnson at Phoenix. Certainly you have to talk about Dennis Rodman. My best 6 man who I really like, let's go to Milwaukee and talk about Ricky Pierce. I love his inside-outside play.
And there's an outside shot by Parasovic. 6'5", 24-year-old, and it's now a 3-point game. 42-39 Denver. In the ball game right now is Bill Hanslick as Litke misses. Out it comes to Pavicevic as now they have the starting 5 back into the ball game. Pavicevic takes it all away. Raja has to be careful with those 3 fouls. And we might mention they are playing the NBA rule of 6 fouls.
Internationally, it's basically 5.
Hanslick thought better of it, then elects to shoot it. And out it comes to Eddie Hughes.
Hanslick's strong suit is defense. He's not a good offensive player.
Litke can't get it. It's tipped back out to Hughes. Jerome Lane, and he is fouled. Foul is going to go on Goran Sobin.
Remember, internationally, if the ball is up on that rim, on the cylinder, you can play with the ball up there. You can't do that. You can't have that interference in the NBA.
Jerome Lane did not play a lot last year for the Denver Nuggets, but what a story he was in college. He led the nation in rebounding his sophomore year.
Tremendous offensive rebounder. There's the baseline drive. Now we're going to watch them right now play with the ball up on the cylinder, which is legal internationally. There's the penetration, the dump down by Hughes. He catches Lane. Lane's going to square his body. He's really worked on his free throw. He was working today. In fact, I was giving him a little lesson. Let's see if it worked. Oh, I'll take credit for that off the glass.
He had it all the way, Dick. He missed the first one, hit the second. The story on him is he's just psyched out. He shot last year 38.4% from the free throw line.
At Pittsburgh, I did research on it. He shot 68%. He's got to be at least a 70% shooter on that free throw line, and he's capable of that.
Well, he's 6 of 23 thus far this year. And there is Litke, can't get it to go, and Lane comes around with it. He is 6'6", and he really has a strong body. Eddie Hughes.
Hughes has played well. He's really playing well here in the second quarter.
There's Lane with a left-handed shot. Sobin there. Boy, he's a big body inside. Here comes Kukoc. He hasn't scored for a while. He has 10 points in the game. Kicks it on the side, and the shot missing by Parasovic.
That was a great pass right there by Kukoc. He knew where his teammate was. He's got great eyes on the floor.
8:13 to go now, first half. 43-39 Nuggets, and Litke adds 2.
What a great way of reversing the basketball in their running game, the secondary phase. They use the postman. He reverses it to the wing to Litke, and our producer is eating his heart out, Kim Belton, because Litke broke all his records at Stanford.
Baseline turnaround shot missing by Pavicevic, and it's going to be off of Jugoplastika, and Raja didn't agree with that. He vocally says what he feels, but is still not going to change their opinion. Now a couple of changes. Ivanovic will be coming back in, as will Savage. And Doug Moe, ever so stoic, sits down with his team leading 45-39.
Doug Moe likes to create always, as we look at Kempton, the idea that I roll the ball out and all they do is going up and down the floor. We watched practice yesterday, and there's no way that that is a valid statement.
Litke hitting again, and Todd Litke looking very good.
Well, they like Litke. He's the perfect Doug Moe player. Has a lot of heart, plays hard, has the great work ethic, and that means a great deal to Doug Moe. He wants that kind of player because he was that kind of player.
6 points now for Todd Litke. Here's Ivanovic, who started the team out so well and picks up where he left off. Kukoc on the bench now, getting a breather.
They have solid guard play, Gary.
6-point lead, and that's a traveling call, and they'll take it out of bounds quickly. They don't have to wait on the official, and here they come.
They're not intimidated at all by the Denver Nuggets and the NBA logo.
No, they're not. That foul is going to go against the Denver Nuggets.
Doug Moe coached 4 years at San Antonio, played here in Italy, as we talked about, for 2 years, played 5 years in the ABA, came out of North Carolina, went to Erasmus High School in New York City, where they had great teams. In fact, was followed at Erasmus by a guy by the name of Billy Cunningham.
Here's Roger looking for somebody to clear. Sets a pick now for Ivanovic. Good defense by the Nuggets. Roger, left-handed shot, and he's fouled. Shays picking up the foul.
I asked Bob McAdoo yesterday, I said, Matt, will Roger be a factor in the NBA? He said, Dick, he's going to be an excellent role player coming off the bench because McAdoo's had the chance to play against Roger. There he is inside. He's got some good moves around the basket, uses the left hand. He'll be a solid player coming off the bench for the McHales, the Parishes, and their big people.
Only 2 points in the ball game thus far for Roger, but again, the foul difficulty has hurt him. You mentioned McAdoo. He plays on the Phillips Milan team.
Had 76 points, Gary, in 2 days here.
They finished third as they defeated Barcelona in the third-place game earlier today. And McAdoo can still stroke it, can't he?
Oh, he can stroke it. He also can read the paper. When he found out they were going to give Benoit Benjamin over $1 million, he said, wait a minute, wait a minute.
47-43 in favor of the Nuggets. 6:50 left in the first half. Baseline pass to Shays, and he gets it off to Hughes. Shays follow tips.
Nice tip inside, hanging around the basket by Danny Shays, the son of Dolph Shays, a Hall of Famer.
And he really gives them a presence in the middle. They need that physical presence.
He's made the most of his talent. Came out of Syracuse University.
Ivanovic didn't get that one, but Roger comes out with it. And that is Parasovic.
Seen a lot of wide open shots, and Parasovic, and also we talked about Ivanovic can really shoot the basketball.
And Bill Hanslick hits the deck. And the foul against Jugoplastika. We're going to have a stoppage of action. 6:16 left in the first half. 49-45, Denver.
Shooting, the most important skill in basketball. No player has mastered the shot like J.J. Redick, and no one has ever made instructional videos like Better Basketball. What happens when these two unite? The ultimate way to improve your shot. Better Basketball's all-new DVD, Better Shooting 2. With over 3 hours of hardcore techniques, this video will give you all the tools for a high-percentage shot with no wasted motion. It even includes a unique training regimen to build perfect form and chart your improvement. The DVD was written by player development guru Rick Torbett, a coach who had 3 straight teams shoot an inconceivable 40% from three-point range, proving Better Basketball's methods work for all players in real games. And Better Basketball has 6 other DVDs for player development. Better one-on-one offense, one-on-one defense, ball handling, passing, post play, and scoring without the ball. If you buy the whole set of 7, you get 1 free. To order the Better Basketball DVDs, call 1-800-BETTER-B or learn more and order at betterbasketball.com.
Oh, these are so fun to use.
That's awesome.
They look different than regular dumbbells, but they feel the same.
Discover a breakthrough technology in home strength training with Bowflex Select Tech dumbbells. Bowflex Select Tech dumbbells use interlocking weight plates to let you dial up only the weight you want. The rest stay secured to the stand. Bowflex Select Tech dumbbells replace a whole rack of regular dumbbells costing hundreds more. No more time-consuming changeovers. And cluttered rooms with dozens of dumbbells are now a thing of the past.
You don't need 50 different weights either. You have it all organized right in front of you.
Call or go online to request a free no-obligation DVD. Learn the secret of getting a total body makeover with just 1 set of Bowflex Select Tech dumbbells.
Well, that's cool. I was wondering where all the weights were going to go.
Isn't that awesome?
That's perfect.
Bowflex Select Tech dumbbells change quickly between 30 full body exercises to keep your heart rate up so you build more muscle and burn more fat. Follow along with this exclusive instructional video, Secrets of the 4-Step Rep, included with your Bowflex Select Tech dumbbells. Learn how you can go in a matter of seconds from curls to crunches to shoulder presses to squats with just the turn of a dial. In just 30 minutes a day, 3 times a week, you really can get a full body strength training workout at home that'll give you the shape and tone you're looking for.
I'd like to have these at home, that's for sure.
Get your free DVD that shows how the innovative all-in-one Bowflex Select Tech dumbbells have put the fun back into home strength training.
How do I go into my house?
My house seems to be missing a set of these.
Call or go online to get your free DVD. There's no obligation and nothing to buy. Learn how you can dial up a sculpted, sexy body with Bowflex Select Tech. Dumbbells for smart people. Call now.
Our score is 49-45. Let's go back to the semifinal round and the Denver Nuggets playing against Barcelona. You see Michael Adams, and here's Walter Davis on the move.
It was an M&M or a mismatch. They really didn't have the personnel to go up and down the floor, and it was a blowout. And then we saw the sensational performance by this guy. Can he do it? The Mac attack. Bob McAdoo lit him up for 40, but it wasn't enough. Didn't have enough help from his friends. So then the final became Jugoplastika split against the Denver Nuggets.
And that's Kukoc, who had 31 points in that winning cause. So that brings us up to date with 6:16 to go in this first half.
You know, they're looking for a big player, the Milan basketball team. They almost signed Benoit Benjamin. I got a kick out of Benjamin's quotes I read in the LA paper. He said to Denver, he said, I can't believe it. He said, the Clippers, they have a lot of nerve. They haven't treated me fairly. They only offered me $1.25 million. That's peanuts. Hey, I know it's tough to live in LA, but you think you can get by with $1.25 million? First of all, he's treated them unfairly because over the years, he's given them a half effort, Mr. Benjamin. Give them a full effort, and you can make millions because the guy's got great talent.
And not lira either, dollars. There is Shays inside. For Danny Shays, makes it now a 51-45 lead for the Nuggets. Bench scoring. Nuggets have had 25 points coming off the bench. Jugoplastika with 8.
They have some good offensive concepts. They have excellent spacing offensively. The Yugoslavian club basketball team, they really move the ball exceptionally well.
Ivanovic is fouled. Walter Davis is going to come back in. Bill Hanslick will check out of the game. And so Ivanovic will go to the line.
You think about Yugoslavia, there's some outstanding players right now. Drazen Petrovic is in camp with Portland. He's got a little back problems, had a disc surgery, but he should be able to help their perimeter game. And down at, well, what a job Jerry West goes out and gets Divac. They think he can definitely be a factor off the bench for the Lakers.
And so the European champions now cut into that lead. Ivanovic has over the limit now in the penalty. Goes Yugoslavia at the 5:53 mark.
He was voted player of the year last year in Yugoslavia.
Michael Adams is checked back in. English is back into the ball game. Davis, Shays, and Litke. That's the 5 now for Denver.
Notice how they pass and go away from the basketball.
Shays baseline.
Took a little extra step, did a little dance along that baseline. Good power physical move, though, inside by Shays.
53-47 as Pavicevic now makes a move on Adams. Pavicevic able to get one to go.
Pavicevic with that excellent touch. Played at the University of Utah. We talked about it earlier.
Walter Davis from outside, and the rebound by Ivanovic.
If you're an athlete, you got to love the Denver Nuggets system. Playing on the city playgrounds all your life, passing the basketball, shooting it. You come here, and there's really no change.
Inside it goes. Good ball movement that time, but Savage can't get the shot to drop.
Here it is. Run, baby, run. Michael Adams really pushes the rock up the floor.
Look at that. Set up Shays beautifully.
There's the trail guy, the number 5 man again in their transition game. Either going to shoot the jumper at the top of the circle or go down the gut of the defense.
Jugoplastika kind of looking around like, hey, who are these guys? They went flying right by him on the last 2 times down the floor.
They're right in the ball game, though, Gary. They're playing them a lot tougher than I anticipated.
Parasovic now fouled by Danny Shays. Tomorrow on ABC's Monday Night Football, Mike Ditka and the Chicago Bears travel to Cleveland to meet the Browns. Cleveland has the AFC's top defense, but the Browns offense will be facing that Bear defense led by All-Pro Mike Singletary. And after suffering 2 upset losses, both teams are going to be looking to rebound with a win. So our 20th anniversary season continues tomorrow live here, 9 o'clock Eastern on ABC.
How would you like to be in a locker room and listen to some of the rhetoric of Mr. Ditka after his club lost 2 football games in a row?
2 football games following on the heels of some very impressive wins. Hard to figure.
You mentioned Al Michaels doing a press conference a little bit later. I thought Al Michaels was Mr. Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird rolled up and won on that disastrous day out in San Francisco. He was absolutely brilliant.
I agree. Faye Vincent, by the way, the commissioner will have that press conference, and Al will be there, so we'll get the latest on Game 3 of the World Series. 55-51. Davis tries to pass it, and that'll be backcourt over and back to Lever, and that will give the ball to Jugoplastika.
Denver's really going to be an improved team from last year, but they did win 44 games last year. However, their conference is going to be a lot tougher as we look at the turnover ratio here. 9 for Jugoplastika.
You know, that brings up a good point. Denver doesn't turn the ball over very much with the kind of offense. You might expect that would be different.
I really was shocked as I talked to Doug about that yesterday. In fact, they only had 14 turnovers a game last season, and that really finished them right up on top. They were second in the league in turnovers.
55-51. Adams in the corner to Lever. Lever's one of those guys you think is really underrated.
Oh, I think when you talk the underrated players in the game, I'm going to give you 5 guys I think are the most underrated a little bit later, Gary.
On the move now, Jugoplastika. English, by the way, is 0 for 4 from the field. Only has 1 point in the game as Ivanovic can't get it.
That's really been a surprise. You always take him for granted. You think, oh, they missed him right there. Alex was wide open.
Lever forces the shot, but he draws the foul.
Well, the reason he did that, he wanted to go to the free throw line because he knew I was going to pick my all underrated team.
All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, the all underrated team by Dick Vitale.
Well, when I say underrated, I mean, again, by the average fan. Look at the penetration by Lever from out of Arizona State. Look at English. He says, give me the ball. Give me the ball. I'm wide open. Don't you know I'm a big scorer, Lever? But there's Lever right there.
Let's have this list.
Well, in the backcourt, I go with Lever, and I go to Dallas. I got a guy by the name of Rolando Blackman, who I love. You go in the middle. What about Robert Parrish down in Boston? And then in the front court, I go with Ricky Pierce, Otis Thorpe, and my coach, Doug Moe. How's that for a club?
I can't argue with any of those. Kukoc, by the way, is getting ready to come back into the ball game. 56-51 now. The Nuggets, 3:38 left now in this first half of play. 14 points for Ivanovic, leading Jugoplastika. Shays has 12 and Davis 10 for Denver. Here's Ivanovic again. He started him out shooting the ball so well from outside, and he'll reload it. Up it comes to Raja. Raja very quiet, and he's fouled by Rasmussen.
They spot up really well the different spots on the floor, utilizing their perimeter shooting ability. There's Kukoc. I agree with you. I think he'll be in the NBA. I think those cries that he's not interested might be really setting the tone to raise the dollar value. He'll definitely be a high first-round selection.
I asked Doug Moe to tell me what he thought about Kukoc. He says he's a natural.
Well, you talk to anybody. Jerry Colangelo was telling us yesterday. We sat with Jerry all about the fact how much he likes him. You ask Dr. J about him, Bob McAdoo. You don't hear anybody say anything negative about him at all. The only critique they give in terms of might be taken a little negative is that he's got to get a little bit more physical.
Roger with that. Coming up next, live coverage of the Budweiser International Horse Race from Maryland. Top thoroughbreds from around the world. 3:12 left now in this first half. 56-53. 3-point lead. Alex English, and he got his first field goal of the game.
He's a baseline machine. He has that floating jump shot. You can't really allow him to go to his right. You got to try to force him left, but he still finds a way to score.
58-53. Raja gets it out to Ivanovic, and Ivanovic leaves him open like that, and he will get it every time.
Well, there's a lot of open jump shots on the floor right now by both clubs.
That's 16 points for Ivanovic, and there's that funny-looking shot by Adams, and Lever rebounds it. He's got it.
See what a good offensive rebounder he is. He led the club in rebounding last year, and to me that's a negative. You can't win big when your guard is going to lead the club in rebounding.
He averaged 9.3 a game. Good ball movement now by Jugoplastika. 2:22 left in this first half. Raja off-balance shot, but he draws the foul. Rasmussen's fouled him twice now as Raja now trying to take it inside a little bit.
I really like this coach. I'll tell you, he's my kind of coach. So is this guy. But that Malkovich is really into the game.
2:19 left to go.
10 seconds, Kobe Bryant against Christie. Kobe Bryant on the move against Christie. In for the right, flips the shot up, no good. O'Neal lays it up, missed it. Ball tipped out to Ori, straight on three. Good! The Lakers have won! Robert Ory's greatest hits tour continues. No doubt about it. He's got to be getting a Grammy for that one.
A child like Raquel knows a lot of things. She knows there's a school. She's never been to it. She knows she's still hungry, but her mom can't do anything about it. But there's something she doesn't know, and it might be the most important thing in her life. She doesn't know there's someone out there who can get her out of this with a phone call and $24 a month. She doesn't know you. She can't imagine the heart that beats in you, or you can clearly feel the one that beats in her. Call Christian Children's Fund and sponsor a child like Raquel, or Erison, or Laura, or Karina. Let that child know that there's someone out there who can change their life. And that someone is you.
You'll receive our free information packet, which includes a picture of the child you can sponsor. You'll learn their name, age, where they live, and their life story. You'll also get information about how your child directly benefits from your contribution, plus a booklet that will answer all your questions about sponsorship.
And don't worry, Christian Children's Fund is one of the oldest and most respected child sponsorship agencies. 80 cents of every dollar we receive goes to programs like these to help children like Raquel. Call now and ask us to send you a picture and story of one of these children. Once you see the picture, you'll know what to do.
Call this number for your free information kit, including your child's picture, all the facts about Christian Children's Fund, and how to save a child's life. There's no obligation, so call the number on your screen now.
Cavaliers 2007-2008 season tickets are on sale now. Cavs season tickets will get you access to exclusive MVP benefits, including the best seat locations, ticket discounts, and much more. Demand is at an all-time high. Guarantee the same great seat location for every game at the Q. Get your Cavs season tickets for next year now. Call 1-800-820-CAVS or visit Cavs.com. Your Cavaliers are presented by Cub Cadet Premium Lawn Equipment.
Here is Alex English from the Vatican to the basketball floor.
There's Fat Lever with the offensive rebound, shoots the jump shot wide open. As we said earlier, he led the club in rebound. And there's a look at Danny Ferry sitting behind Rod Thorne, the vice president of operations. A look at Danny. His club has lost 5 consecutive games.
That's his mother, Mrs. Ferry, who's over here visiting right now. And we're going to visit with Danny at halftime.
Plays for Messaggero.
He and Brian Shaw.
Brian Shaw's getting a lot of heat because they don't feel some criticism by his coach. They don't feel he's creating and getting the ball to the right people. The bottom line in talking to a lot of people is that they haven't surrounded Shaw and Ferry with a lot of talent.
Raja now with 6 points, but he still hasn't scored from the field in this game. 5-point lead now for Denver.
There's that passing game. Look at the ball movement.
Lever leans inside, follows inside, and ripped out of there by Raja.
Having a tough time getting the ball over to Kukoc. They're trying to find him, number 7. Davis doing a good job beating him to the ball.
Kempton bats that away. Raja's having to work for everything he gets. They say it's off his knee. Now, wait a minute. Hugh Evans indicating one thing, and now they're going to bring it back and inbounds it. And a little discussion going on. Raja didn't think the ball was off of him, but evidently it was, so the Nuggets have the ball. 60-55, a minute 46 left now in the first half. Adams has that funny shot. He said he learned it was young because he couldn't get the ball up to the basket. He was too small. Here is Fat Lever. Good hustle that time. Good effort. That was Storinovic, who eventually comes up with the ball.
Storinovic started yesterday as an outstanding point guard. Today to bring him off the bench.
Ivanovic on the drive, and Alex English commits the foul.
You know, Garen, we talk about point guards. We're talking about creators. We're talking about guys that distribute the basketball to hot shooters, and that's the role of Storinovic on the floor.
So English now has committed his 3rd foul. Alex English not having a typical Alex English day. He has 3 points and 3 fouls. As you see Jerome Lane now checking in. Getting ready to check in.
Doug Moe's not worried about Alex English. I'll tell you one thing. He knows when the season starts, tune it in a book, 82 games. It'll be 25 plus a game. There's a look at Alex. Over 2,000 points, 8 consecutive years. No one has achieved that feat in the NBA.
And that's something. 8 times an NBA All-Star. They call him the cornerstone. That's a pretty good way of putting it. Mažić now has 18 points in the game, and it's a 60-57 game. Jugoplastika staying close.
Here's the trail man again, Kempton in their passing game.
Walter.
If he can square his body and catch the basketball, you just count it and put it in a book.
62-57, Davis with 12, and he is having a good trip to Rome. He's enjoyed playing basketball over here.
He enjoys playing basketball anywhere. He goes down to work at the summer camp with Dean Smith in North Carolina. Look at him fighting down on a post. They got a mismatch up on top.
The move inside that time by Mažić. And we have traveling, and the Nuggets going to come out of there in a hurry with the ball as Jerome Lane now will come in.
There was an example of Kukoc, not enough basketball experience. There was a switch defensively, and Michael Adams was guarding the 6'10.5" Kukoc. He should have rolled inside immediately and posted him.
At halftime, we mentioned Alex English. We'll have a feature on him. Danny Ferry, Brian Shaw will be our guests as we update you on their progress here. Playing for the team here in Rome, Masadero. Here is Adams.
Michael Adams.
64-57.
Michael, nobody wanted him out of high school, had one offer. That was Boston College, recruited by Kevin Mackey, the head coach now at Cleveland State. It was an assistant to Dr. Tom Davis at BC, Boston College.
Kukoc really hasn't had a chance offensively lately. They've been putting the defense on him. There's a nice pass to Roger.
He really knows how to pass the ball. That's what impresses me, Gary. We know he can shoot the ball.
There's the three-pointer by Adams and ripped out of there. In there, 6'8.5", Aramis Maglic, who's just checked in, and here's Ivanovic again.
Ivanovic squares up, shoots the ball as well as anybody on the floor.
6 seconds left in the half. That's off of Kempton. They got a chance now if they shoot a three-pointer to tie this one up. Before the buzzer, it's blocked and a foul on Lane.
Not a good foul at all by Lane. You want to bother the shooter in that situation, but you certainly don't want to make contact. Look at this guy coaching right here, Malkovich. Does he want it? He wants to get a timeout. 2 seconds on the clock.
His assistant is Kosta Yankov, who spent 1 year as just kind of an observer at Arizona State.
They got into a really screaming match yesterday on the sideline. Yankov was getting a little bit too verbal, and the head coach Malkovich said, hey, calm down, I'm the boss.
Every car, truck, or SUV has its blind spot. That's why every vehicle needs the safety beep. The backup beeper, just like the beepers on commercial vehicles. Safety beep warns anyone in your path that you're backing up. And it installs in seconds with no tools or wiring. Here's how it works. Hidden inside the safety beep is a tiny light sensor. When your backup lights go on, the sensor triggers the beeper. Watch again. Just peel off the weatherproof adhesive strip and pop it on your back lights. It couldn't be easier. When you shift into reverse, your backup lights go on and the beeper is activated and remains on until you go forward.
Of course, you should always back up with caution, and now you can back up with confidence.
That's right, we're all guilty of not paying attention when walking. We always think that drivers can see us. That's why every year there are thousands of driveway accidents. Now you can have the peace of mind knowing that your car or truck is warning pedestrians whenever you back up. Other devices are expensive and can take forever to install. Safety Beep is easy to install and easy on the pocketbook. Safety Beep is just $10. Call right now and we'll send you a second one absolutely free. Just pay separate shipping and handling. Now you can place one on each of your cars or give one to a friend. Safety Beep comes with a full money-back guarantee. If you're not completely satisfied, return it for a full refund of the purchase price. You get both. That's 2 Safety Beeps for just $10, but you have to call now.
Call 1-800-292-9599 and order Safety Beep for your vehicle for only $10. That's 1-800-292-9599. This double offer is not available in stores, so have your credit card ready when you call 1-800-292-9599. Call
Outside. And this shot by Rasmussen, and Jugoplastika on the move. Here's Raja, and the rebound by Lever. Raja thought he was fouled again.
Denver's got to get a lot more layups. Good job. There's a layup right there in transition. I was going to say a good job by the Jugoplastika team getting back in transition defensively, but they find the trailer.
Shea's now the leading scorer for the Nuggets with 14 points, 66-63. Parasovic is fouled as he tries to make his move.
Look at the emotion on the bench. We take a look at the passing, and they're running up the sideline. They like to run the ball to the sideline, then reverse it. Now look at the trailer. Nobody plays the trailer, comes right down the gut, wide open for a layup, Danny Shea's. That's a part of the passing game.
Rasmussen committed the foul, his third, and Raja on the nice feed by Solbein. Solbein got hit in the head. He's holding his head. He's in some pain as Adams counters at the other side.
Michael Adams, a survivor, a battler. I love guys who battle the odds. They said he couldn't play in this league.
Solbein is still down. What happened? I think he and Rasmussen collided. Rasmussen said he's okay. He shakes his trainer off, but this guy Solbein is still trying to figure out exactly where he is.
He looks so tough. He looks like one of John Madden's guys. He likes to scratch and claw and fight and battle. He looks like he belongs in a pigskin uniform.
So with 11:02 to go in this third quarter of play in the third annual Donalds'd Basketball Open, the Denver Nuggets lead Jugoplastika Split of Yugoslavia 68-65. Ivanovic leading Jugoplastika in the first half with 20. Shea's now with 2 in the second half, the leading scorer for the Nuggets with 14. Outside shot. This is Parasovic. Rebound by Michael Adams out of BC, and he is fouled. A foul will go on Parasovic. Doug Moe, the coach of the Denver Nuggets and the former Italian star, has returned to eat the good pasta, enjoy himself here, and his team now with a 68-65 lead.
He really loves the little guy with the rock right there with that bounce pass.
Alex English, that's only 5 points. He had only 1 field goal and a free throw in the first half.
He's unstoppable if he catches the ball along the baseline. He has that floating jump shot that's very difficult to block.
Retrieved that time, but not in time by Parasovic. The start of the second half, Zoran Stojanovic starts for Jugoplastika. He did not start the ball game. Instead, they went with Pavicevic.
Jugoplastika has to be very careful of a scoring outburst because they're a great scoring team in a bunch. Denver.
Well, they had a 15-2 run in that first half after trailing by as many as 9 points. The referee from Finland indicating the foul that time, and the foul is going to go on Sabine, and that is his 4th.
They're using a 2-man crew as opposed to the 3-man crew that's utilized in the NBA. They used it for the first year last year. Better angles, better floor coverage, and I thought it was great. In fact, I think the NBA officiating has really, really improved.
Michael Adams has the open shot. Good positioning inside by Alex English, but doesn't get it to go. Ivanovic on the move. 3-on-2 break. Up it goes, and the shot by Parasovic. The follow on the other side by Stojanovic, and he got it.
Parasovic misses it. Stojanovic with the good offensive rebound. The Yugoslavia team runs a designated break. They run to specific spots on the floor.
70-67, the Nuggets with the lead. Haven't been able to shake this club. Lever will back out. Pat Lever on the move. Fine play.
Pat Lever, good penetration down the lane. He was injured, missed several games last year, and certainly a key player. He's a very vital force in their offensive scheme of things.
He got hurt in that playoff with the Phoenix Suns, and that was just finally took him out of it, and the Suns swept him.
What a job Cotton Fitzsimmons did last year. Jerry Colangelo rebuilding that team.
Stojanovic, and Stojanovic now is hit 2.
They're excellent wide open jump shooters.
Adams trying to hurry it up, always forcing the issue, trying to up-tempo the game for Denver. Rasmussen outside. He's a pretty good shooter for a big man at 7 foot. Shea's follows inside.
Good move inside by Shea's around the basket.
I can't get over what you just said earlier. Doug Moe has not smiled. He hasn't frowned. He's had no emotion the whole game. What's wrong with this guy?
He's just sitting I think he ate too much pasta last night. I was watching him go to the table at that big party we went to. He was going to the table about 10 times.
74-69. We'll push it inside. Raja and Shea's really going after each other. Ivanovic, he is fouled by Rasmussen. Substitution, Savage will come in, number 13. That foul, by the way, on Rasmussen is his 4th.
They're bumping Alex English. Look, he's wide open. They missed him right there. They should have had him. He was wide open. I'll tell you one thing. They'll get him the basketball when it counts. They know their money man. Take it to the bank. The 35-year-older can still score, Alex English.
Alex English has hit only 2 of 8 from the field. 3 points in that first half. Tim Kempton will come back in the first opportunity for Denver. Jovanovic, the leading scorer in the ball game, now has 21.
What concentration. You look at his eyes, you can see that tremendous concentration. Good rotation, shoot it over the front of the rim.
He's the oldest player, 32 years old, and also the captain of this team. And he's now made it a 3-point game again. 74-71, Denver.
It's a passing game, utilizing the post and sliding them down inside.
English has fouled Jovanovic. Now Kempton will come into the lineup. And Rasmussen, who has 4 fouls, will check out. Malkovich, the coach of Jugoplastika.
They're really a well-drilled basketball team.
8:18 to go in the third quarter. It was a 1-point lead at halftime for the Denver Nuggets. Now they have it at 3. Kempton tries to go inside to Shays. His 3-point attempt. And eventually English gets it to Shays. Jovanovic really upset at himself.
There's Shays with the easy deuce inside. You know, he got over $1 million a year. I wonder what his daddy was thinking. His dad, if he was still playing, he'd walk in and see the owner. He'd become part owner. That's how good he was.
By the way, Shays with that last shot now has hit 8 in a row. 76-73. Those are good percentage shots, though, aren't they, when you get the ball like that? On the move is Lieber, and he is fouled. Don't forget, coming up next, live coverage of the Budweiser International Horse Race from Maryland, a field of top thoroughbreds from around the world. And also, during that race and around all of that activity, Al Michaels will have all the latest on the press conference that is centering around the third game of the World Series. Faye Vinson, the commissioner, 5 o'clock Eastern time, will have an announcement to make. And so Al will be there, and we'll know exactly what the details are.
Fat Lieber came out of Arizona State in '82, played high school basketball in Tucson. Just kept him with the power move inside, fouled on a play.
And the foul, if it goes on Raja, that would be his 4th. And it is. So Raja has committed his 4th foul.
I was just going to mention, you talk about Arizona State. You ready for their club? Kurt Nymphius. They had Sam Williams, played in the NBA. Byron Scott, certainly a tremendous player with the Lakers. They found out how good he was when he didn't play in the playoffs last year against the Pistons. And then you talk about Alton Lister. They had 5 NBA players, got beat in the first round. I think it was Kansas beat them. Darnell Valentine's team beat them.
Well, also, that was Ned Walk's team, who was the head coach that time at Arizona State. By the way, that foul is going to go instead on Savage and not Raja. So Raja does not pick up his 4th foul as Kempton now makes it a 79-73 game in favor of the Nuggets. 7.5 minutes left in the third quarter. This is Savage, number 13, who gets it outside of Jovanovic. This is the young team, this Jugoplastika team. They thought they were the team of the future, but right now they are in the finals of this McDonald's Open. Here comes Lieber. Oldest man is Jovanovic at 32. They average only 23 years, which is very young for a European team. On the move is Lieber, rejected that time by Savage. And Raja from outside, not able to get it to go. Raja has had a really difficult game, just hasn't gotten it going for himself. Davis has, and he continues to do that.
Walter Davis runs the spots on the floor, catches the ball, shoots the jumper. You mentioned Raja. I think he's been all keyed up because he knows the game is being televised in the United States, and he's trying to make an impression on the Boston Celtics.
I don't know if it's been that good of an impression right now. Jovanovic not getting it to go, and over the back, the foul. Savage right over the back of Tim Kempton.
He's a physical player, Gary, and I think they know he's going to be nothing more than a good role player, and you need role players on your team.
81-73, the Denver Nuggets with the lead.
What if you could learn shooting from perhaps the best shooter in basketball history? Now you can. Better Basketball, home of the world's best improvement videos, brings you the ultimate in shot instruction. An all-new 3-hour DVD, Better Shooting 2. And as a bonus, you'll learn the shooting secrets of J.J. Redick. The video will build your entire shot, from footwork up to the finishing stroke. Buy Better Shooting and the entire Better Basketball DVD series today and start improving tomorrow. Call 1-800-BETTER-B or visit betterbasketball.com.
Go on an NBA road trip with the NBA League Pass Early Bird offer. Follow your favorite out-of-market teams and players. Experience the intensity of NBA basketball at home or online with NBA League Pass broadband. See exciting NBA action and the league's biggest stars wherever they play. Don't miss your chance to save $20 off the regular season price. To order NBA League Pass, call DirecTV, Dish Network, or your local cable provider. Don't miss a minute of the live action. Get NBA League Pass now.
When it comes to going bald, you now have a choice. Advances in medical science have resulted in the world's first and only permanent solution to hair loss.
It is your real hair. It's your natural hair. You wash it, you cut it, you swim with it.
Bosley is the world's most experienced hair restoration experts, having pioneered virtually every major advancement in the art and science of hair restoration.
I'm very satisfied, very happy with what I've done. This has got to be one of the best decisions I've made in my life, I'll tell you that.
Bosley Hair Restoration is a relatively simple outpatient procedure. The results look completely natural, and it's affordable on nearly any budget. Call the toll-free number now to receive your free, no-obligation information kit that will help you decide if hair restoration at Bosley is right for you. You don't have to accept going bald. Do something about it right now.
Call 1-800-574-9827. That's 1-800-574-9827. Call now.
He was a man of great vision, faith, and drive.
He inspired me as a basketball player and as a person.
Teaching me that America's true strength lies in the diversity of his talents.
On the basketball court, I played alongside some of the game's best.
But the man we all admired most is Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
Join our team today by donating to the Washington, D.C. Martin Luther King Jr. National Memorial. Call 1-888-484-3373. Make history and donate.
Looking for the place to get the ultimate NBA Kids gear?
Talk about a power move!
Want to find everything from the top players of the game?
One more time. Oh, baby!
We've got the widest selection of t-shirts, caps, jerseys, basketballs, games, and much more.
Yes!
Log on to NBAstore.com anytime and get anything from school clothes to play clothes. NBAstore.com. We've got everything you need. One store, every team.
We talked about the ambassador of basketball. Well, he's with Cheryl Miller.
Thank you very much, Gary. Now, Julius, you've gone from Dr. J, now you're ambassador. You keep this up, you're going to have more titles than Mike Tyson. But what are you doing now with yourself?
Well, I'm wearing a few hats, as you know. I'm doing some work for the NBA internationally, also for Converse and Spalding abroad as well as domestically. And at home, I'm doing a little Coca-Cola bottling.
Coca-Cola bottling.
Yeah.
I was talking to Commissioner Stern, and we were talking about the gap closing between the professional players and the foreign players. Do you think that it's actually happening?
I think it is. My initial experience with international basketball was in 1970 when I came over with the Olympic development team, and we played in the Soviet Union, in Poland, and Finland. And in 20-some-odd years, I've seen the gap close tremendously, and I think that in the next 10 years, we might have parity.
Now, you know that professional players can play in the Olympics. Now, do you ever get that itch to play in the Olympics? You can play now.
Well, you know, it's not even an issue anymore. I decided to turn professional in 1971, and that eliminated me from the possibility of being an Olympian. But you did well enough for both of us.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you very much. Back to you, Gary.
All right, thank you. You probably saw what went on a moment ago. The jumper from the corner that time by Pavasevich, then the steal, the foul. Jugoplastika trying to make a little run on him now. It's 90-79. That'll go out of bounds. Denver has the ball. 4:18 left in the third.
Pavasevich played for their World University Games team. They were beaten out there. In fact, the United States won the gold medal under Gene Cady and Jimmy Boeheim. This year, they won the gold medal in West Germany, and they were led by Larry Johnson. Remember that name? Yep. You talk about a super talent. He'll be at Vegas this year, one of the real impact players in America. Larry Johnson led him to the gold medal.
Marinovich committing the foul. He now has 5 as going to the line of shade. You get the feeling, Dick, And Jugoplastika wearing down a little bit in this game.
Well, they don't have the kind of quickness and the athletic ability from top to bottom that Denver possesses. And you just knew eventually that they would break this open a little bit, especially with their running game.
Shea's having a very good game. He has 21 points. So one time it hit 8 straight from the field. Now it's 92-79. Bean is back in, number 8, the center. Harasovic working behind the big center, and Kempton is there.
Kempton's really been a force in this game.
He has certainly helped his stock, and Walter Davis just continues to nail him.
I just love the way he squares his body to the basket, catches the ball, the good arc, the excellent follow through. He is really putting on a clinic shooting the ball out here in Rome.
16 points in the game. Right down the middle goes Pavicevic.
He's one tough cookie, Pavicevic.
Actually, Jugoplastika has only gone about 8 players deep this entire 2-game basketball open. And boy, they're really paying for it now as Davis off balance is fouled by Kukoc.
Good head fake right there by Walter. Good ball fake to get free for the shot. Here comes Lichty on the floor along with Eddie Hughes and Billy Hanslick.
You know, Todd Lichty, they were telling me, Dick, I thought this was interesting. He has the fastest reactions of any player they have ever in any way tested. And that's something when you think of all the years in the NBA and the ABA for the Nuggets.
I was talking to Richie Adubato. He can utilize either hand. The assistant coach, fine assistant, one of the premier assistants with Dallas. I was at practice one day watching the Mavericks practice, and he gave me a scouting report, and he told me that Lichty played exceptionally well out in California.
15th pick in the first round. 4-time All-Pac-10. Look at this for Walter Davis. You know, Walter Davis, when he is hitting, it's just automatic. It's something to watch. You know, every shot's going in. He's one of those guys, and I remember in the playoffs against the Suns last year, he had a 34-point game, and everything he put up went in.
Tell me about it. I had a good college team, and I had to watch him come down and destroy us, along with Phil Ford, Mitch Kupchak, Tommy Lagarde, John Kuster. That was one of Dean's finest clubs back in the mid-'70s.
Sobine takes it in. Sobine was upset at his club this year because for 1 month he was on strike. They didn't give him the apartment he wanted. Goes out of bounds, and it'll be Jugoplastika's ball. I guess that's enough reason to go on strike, huh?
There's another North Carolina. Look at him, look at him.
Oh, now Dougie does have, that's the first expression of the day. They're going to make him inbounds it again that time, and now Raja comes back into the game. Kukoc, by the way, Dick, has only 2 points since way back in the first quarter.
Well, he's become stationary, as I said earlier. If you watch him on the offensive end, there is no movement without the basketball. And a guy that doesn't move is an easy guy to defend.
Little penetration move, and upset at that is Pavicevic. He thought that was a bad call. Now they're going to inbounds it again. They'll bring it back. And as Cheryl Miller was telling you at the start of this broadcast, they whistle. They don't boo here. 2:42 left in the third. Eddie Hughes trying to find a spot. He's on the bubble on this team as they cut down to the 12-man roster. Lichty, nice ball movement, blocked by Raja. Pavicevic on the move. Boy, he likes to penetrate, but has to hold up.
That last sequence defensively, they rotated, the split did, into a zone defense, a 2-3 zone.
Can we call him the split? I guess that's correct, isn't it? Yugoslavia, I did earlier. On the baseline.
Nice pass inside.
There's Sobine.
As the assistant coach, cheering him on.
Here's Bill Hanslick, outstanding defensive player. What a utility man. He's played all 5 positions for Denver.
Especially defensively. He's guarded centers, he's guarded forwards, guards.
Another one of those fighting Irish guys, as is Kempton. Hughes will bring it out. 96-85 in favor of the Nuggets. Hanslick tries to get it to Kempton, and Kempton recovered it.
He's just hustling. Pure hustle, scrapping.
What is Doug upset about?
Look at Doug. Look at how he wants a foul.
He's yelling at Bill Hanslick. Kempton has 12 points this quarter.
I tell you, he yells at players, he berates guys, but he does it in really a way where after there's no grudge. There are a lot of coaches that hold grudges, and you really can't survive. See, he wants to just do that. Shoot the long jumper.
Well, that's the way he started the game, and Roger follows nicely. That's a good point. I don't think he works that hard to get his own shot.
Well, he's got to learn to get free a little bit more without the basketball.
96-87 the count, a minute 21 left in this quarter. Lichty charging. Offensive foul on Lichty.
I'll tell you, there's a lot of guys in the NBA would like to have the chance to teach them how to get free without the ball. There's the pump fake. Now here's the charge. Defense rotates over. See, they're seeing a little zone defense now, and the zone takes away a lot of the cuts in the passing game.
You know, Jugoplastika showing a little toughness here. They could have just been blown out of here, and they've made just a little bit of a surge back.
Oh, they got a good team concept.
Marinovic off to Roger. A lot of pushing and shoving inside. Hustle that time by Hanslick. A minute left in this quarter. Davis from the corner. Solbein rips it down. The crowd really into this right now.
Yeah, the crowd getting behind the Jugoplastika split. Little shake and bake move right there by Kukoc.
And he gets it to Roger, and Rogers hit 2 in a row, and all of a sudden now they climb back within 7.
Well, if they're going to make a run, Gary, they have to do it now with English and Lever and Adams on the sideline. Little shake and bake. There's the pass. Good baseline move down into Roger. Roger with a little jump hook. Says count it.
Jugoplastika now 8 unanswered points, have cut it to 7, and they could cut it now to 6 with this free throw. And this guy, Roger, now starting to really have an impact in the game.
Well, he's going to be a good role player off the bench for Boston. You look at that club getting a lot older with Parrish, McHale, and Bird over 30. Roger's got 17 points, Gary, a very quiet 17.
Well, I guess so, quiet 17. He didn't have a field goal for a long time. His first 7 points were from the line. Here is Kempton. Nice spin move, block. And that was Roger with a block. Kempton tries to follow, and now a foul.
Kempton is really working like a horse on that baseline.
As we said earlier, you can hear the whistling in the background. That's their rendition of the blues.
Good spin move by Kempton, a good drop step. There's the hustle, scrapping to the deck, takes it back up again, gets bounced.
Tell you, Tim Kempton, his mother is a police officer in New York City, and he may have gotten of that toughness from his family. He is tough. He's in there, and he is scrapping. He's kind of a blue-collar guy, isn't he?
Well, he's earning himself a lot of playing time under Doug Moe, because Doug sang his praises yesterday at practice.
He gets them some bulk. That's what they really need, especially as you mentioned with Wayne Cooper got. And Kempton is realizing he's got a spot on this team, but he's just solidifying it right now.
This club cannot afford an injury in that backcourt to Adams or Lever. You talk about really no depth. You look at their backcourt, they're really struggle after those two.
They're kind of sniffing around other teams, see if there's somebody they can pick up as that backup guy if Hughes can't get it done.
I know one guy they're not going to get, the guy down in Phoenix, the little 5'7" jet.
Greg Grant. Yep.
Oh, Grant is something else.
8 of 9 now from the line for Kempton. 26 seconds left in the quarter. 8-point lead for Denver. That's thrown away, and Kempton comes up with it, and we have a loose ball foul.
That was created by the defensive awareness of Hanslick. He did in what we talk about in coaching. He hedged, he stepped out, he stepped into the passing lane and created the turnover.
Raja now with his 4th foul. Again, we're playing NBA rules in the foul department, so 6 fouls, not 5 as it is in the international rules. I'm Gary Bender along with Dick Vitale and Cheryl Miller. We're at the 3rd annual McDonald's Basketball Open. This is the Pallure in Rome. And we have 20 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. 98-90. Denver now 99-90.
It's been a real good game, Gary. They've really played Denver extremely tough. When you think about the players coming from out of Europe, I think the big adjustment has to be in 3 areas. Language, certainly the environment, competition, and length of schedule. They play 2 times a week versus the NBA schedule, and I think that's the problem that'll face guys like Divac, who's with the Lakers, Volkov with the Atlanta Hawks, Marshallonis with Golden State.
What about Danny Ferry? How can he keep his game sharp over here?
I think, I watched a little bit of Ferry's game last night as he missed the free throw with Real Madrid and they were blown out. I think Danny has to be careful of maybe some of his skills could deteriorate a little bit playing here versus playing out in the United States.
Kukoc now with 8 seconds left in the quarter into Raja. Little left-handed hook, or right-handed I should say, goes out of bounds. And Jugoplastika has a ball, and they have a call to play now with 3 seconds left in this 3rd quarter.
This guy really works the sideline. He coaches intense basketball at practice and also in the game. Mažić, what a good job he's doing.
Kukoc, nice pass to Raja, and Kempton fouled it. Good pass, and this Jugoplastika team has shown some tenacity in the last 2.5 minutes of this 3rd quarter. They have kept it most respectable when it looked like the Nuggets might make one of those patented surges that they're so famous for.
They didn't panic when they fell behind. They stayed within the framework of their offensive concepts, moving the ball, looking inside, looking for the perimeter shot, and they've really done a solid job getting back into the game.
And Raja has 9 points this period, 17 for the game, now 18, and the crowd seemingly just kind of sitting for a while here in this third quarter has gotten into it. They are very emotionally involved in what's going on. I don't know whether they just save it all until the last or what.
You know, you mentioned Danny Ferry. I got a crazy feeling he will ultimately wear a uniform of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Ron Harper, first round from Cleveland, goes out to L.A. to the Clippers, and the Clippers get Danny Ferry's rights. That's just...
Boy, that is a real interesting prediction.
That's been rumored around, talking to a lot of people. I know a lot of guys are after his rights because I don't think there's any way that he's going to wear a Clippers uniform.
No time off the clock. They didn't even get the ball in play, and so Jugoplastika has a shot at it again with 2 seconds. The Nuggets throwing it away. Kukoc, Jovanovic, and that will end our third quarter. So after 3 here at the Palooza, it's 99-92 in favor of Denver. We'll return with more of the McDonald's Basketball Open after this message and a word from our ABC station.
Bowflex Home Gyms. What do you want to be?
My name is Michael Palinko, and I'm 49 years old. I'm in the best shape of my life, and I'm living my dream. I'm playing in a rock band.
How can a 49-year-old man look so young and strong? He strength trains with Bowflex.
Bowflex not only gave me the body that I want, but it gave me the confidence and the energy to pursue the things in life that I love, like performing. I can get on stage with a crowd of people, take off my shirt, and feel great about myself.
Call now for a free DVD that shows you how to get great results with Bowflex.
You gotta see this free DVD. It'll change your life. When I started working out with Bowflex, the results came very fast. In 10 weeks, I lost 26 pounds of fat. My waist dropped from a 36-inch down to about a 30. I love the way I look.
You too can get great results with Bowflex. All it takes is one simple workout, 20 minutes a day, 3 times a week.
The most amazing thing about Bowflex is I didn't have to spend hours and hours in a gym. It's right at home, it's easy, and I can do it at my convenience. You can build muscle and burn fat all in one workout.
Now you can own your very own Bowflex for no money down and payments as low as $14 a month. And your satisfaction is 100% guaranteed.
I'm a director of quality in my professional life. I know quality. Bowflex is quality. I've tried many home gyms, and I've never had the results like I've had with Bowflex. If you want to get a Bowflex body, you got to have a genuine Bowflex.
If you want real results, you need the home gym that's proven and guaranteed to work. Bowflex.
Get a Bowflex, get your own Bowflex body. That's how it works. Using the Bowflex, it's changed my life tremendously. I look younger, I feel younger. I play in a rock band, I live my dream. Bowflex let me be who I wanted to be. I'm 49 years old, and this is a real Bowflex body.
Be strong. Be fit. Be Bowflex. Call or go online now for your free DVD that tells you all about Bowflex Home Gyms. Call now.
Log on to WNBA.com to learn how to improve your community.
Seconds left. Boston only has a 1-point lead. Greer's putting the ball in play. He gets it out deep, and Havlicek steals it. Overstand goal. Havlicek's got the ball. It's all over. It's all over. Gary Havlicek is being fouled by the fans. Joe Russell wants to grab Havlicek. He hugs him. He squeezes John Havlicek. The Celtics win it. 112 for 109.
You said Anthony Thompson having a great year, and he is. Oh, look at this. They set this out of bounds. There's no way that should have happened. Poor defensive play by Shays. Throwing the ball right over the top for the layup. That should happen in the CYO, not the NBA.
25 points for Raja after that basket. Here's Adams, 116-110, a 6-point lead for the Nuggets. Lever on a running one-hander, and that was in. They tipped it back out. It will count.
Take a look right here. There's no way he should throw the ball right over the top of the defense. Nobody back. They throw the pass. That looks like a great play in the NFL.
Jugoplastika for the game shooting 58%, Denver 57. That basket by Lieber gives him 20 for the game. Back to an 8-point lead, 6 minutes left in the game. Turnaround jumper by Savage. That's not his shot.
Doug Moe's not treating this like any exhibition game. He's got his key players on the floor. He wants the W here. There's a lot of pride at stake in this game.
It looked like they might put him away early in the second half, but all of a sudden, Jugoplastika come right back. Pavicevic.
Nice change.
Here's Jovanovic, who hasn't been in for a long time, and he misses. And Raja, who has really come on. I mean, come on. He has 27 points in the game.
Raja really doing a solid job. I got to believe Jan Volk and all the people down there with the Celtics got to be happy.
Second round draft pick of the Celtics. They wouldn't release him. They sued the Celtics. He'll play 1 year and be in Boston next season.
And he wants to wear that uniform badly.
Hampton having some trouble inside. And inside we have stoppage of the clock. Hugh Evans spotted something.
This is a big adjustment also for the Jugoplastika team, Gary. Playing 48 minutes, the 12-minute quarters versus a 40-minute game.
Little body English, Yugoslavian style.
Doing a little dance there, a little Yugoslavian dance.
You know, Raja had only 8 points in the first half. Now has 19 in the second half.
Well, he heard you say that you weren't that impressed.
I'm sure that impressed him when I said that. Here's Davis baseline and a rebound and a 118-112 game. Jugoplastika with a basketball. Kukoc will bring it back out. 5 minutes left to go.
It's getting nervous time right now for Doug Moe.
Jovanovic, who started the game out hitting his first 4 shots, now hits here in a 4-point game. He has 24, Jovanovic does. They saved him for the stretch, and here we go.
Well, there's a little complaint right there by the Nuggets. They thought they set a screen from out of bounds. Look at a jumper right there by Davis. This year in NBA, you cannot utilize the screen out of bounds along the baseline to free a jump shooter. That's one of the rule changes.
Walter Davis moves it back to a 6-point lead. Jovanovic on the move, running jumper.
He's shooting the rock, Harry. I'll tell you, he's squared his body, 32 years old, the player of the year last year in Yugoslavia.
26 points in the game. Michael Adams, 3-point attempt, rebound Raja. And the crowd again back in it. The enthusiasm, the ambiance here now very interesting with 4 minutes, 8 seconds left.
And the superstar really hasn't contributed lately, Kukoc.
Savage with the basket. Timeout, Denver.
Baby.
Can you believe this?
Get a timeout.
Can you believe this? It's a 2-point game with 3 minutes, 59 seconds left, and it's getting a little nervous if you're a Denver Nugget fan. Unbelievable.
Shooting, the most important skill in basketball. No player has mastered the shot like J.J. Redick, and no one has ever made instructional videos like Better Basketball. What happens when these two unite? The ultimate way to improve your shot. Better Basketball's all-new DVD, Better Shooting 2. With over 3 hours of hardcore techniques, this video will give you all the tools for a high percentage shot with no wasted motion. It even includes a unique training regimen to build perfect form and chart your improvement. The DVD was written by player development guru Rick Torbett, a coach who had 3 straight teams shoot an inconceivable 40% from 3-point range, proving Better Basketball's methods work for all players in real games. And Better Basketball has 6 other DVDs for player development. Better one-on-one offense, one-on-one defense, ball handling, passing, post-play, and scoring without the ball. If you buy the whole set of 7, you get 1 free. To order the Better Basketball DVDs, call 1-800-BETTER-B or learn more and order at betterbasketball.com.
The Celtics 113-111.
Well, they're going to try and make a steal here, and they got their best defensive team in there right now.
And the Lakers, keep in mind, do not have to take a shot.
It goes quickly in now to Magic.
Back over to Worthy, and it's picked off. Goes to Hammonds, and he lays it off and out. It's all tied up. A great play by Hammonds.
For a minute there, I could hear Johnny Bruce going, Henderson steals the ball.
10 seconds, Kobe Bryant against Christie. Kobe Bryant on the move against Christie. In for the right, flips his shot up, no good. O'Neal lays it up, missed it. Ball tipped out to Horry, straight on three. Good! The Lakers have won! Robert Horry's greatest hits tour continues. Oh, no doubt about it. He's got to be getting a Grammy for that one.
This is the third annual McDonald's Basketball Open, and I'll remind you again, an NBA team has never lost. 3:59 left, and Doug Moe cannot seemingly distance himself far enough from this Yugoslavian team. They've battled back. They've gotten a remarkable performance from Raja in the second half, and also Jovanovic here late. There's the scores. The Bucks over the Soviet national team. That was in Milwaukee. Last year in Madrid, the Celtics won easily. Doug Moe showing a little more emotion right now with 3:55 left.
Either club's in a bonus, Gary. Each have 2 fouls in this period. On 5, you shoot the bonus.
Michael Adams out to Hanslick. This crowd, I guess you would say they're for Jugoplastika.
There's no doubt about it.
On it goes the baseline to Hanslick. Lever, loose ball foul. And it's going to go against Jovanovic.
Does he remind me of Gary Williams on that sideline?
We're talking about Malkovich, the coach. He does not like the call. And as you can know down here, the majority of the fans do not either.
He can flat out coach this guy, though, Gary. You talk about motivating and getting maximum. This team has shown no quit at all. Denver's had him on a rope several times.
Kempton takes it inside, and he's fouled. Now, if Raja commits the foul, let's see who it's against. Now, Savage says he committed it. Nope, it was Raja that committed the foul.
Look at
As an end result, he is fouled out.
Look at the calmness of that Denver bench. Alan Bristow and Doug Moe.
Now, wait a minute. There was some debate on who the foul was against, and it is not Raja. Savage is the one. Now, he kept pointing himself like it's me, because he knows he's not in foul trouble. So Raja will stay in. I tell you, you cannot tell from the PA guy. Do you know that Italian?
I'll tell you one thing. No, I don't understand too much of that.
It is on Savage. I tell you what, they got a break there. Jugoplastika keeps Raja in, and Kempton misses an important free throw. 120 to 118. The Nuggets by 2. 3:32 left in the game. So now it's a three-point lead.
Now here's where Kukoc becomes really important. He can shoot that three-point shot.
Raja had reach in by Kempton. Out it comes Jovanovic. He wants the ball now, doesn't he? Look at him trying to work behind Raja.
See, Kukoc stands around too much. He's easy for Davis to guard.
Out it comes to Raja. He lost it. Nope, it's off of Denver.
I keep mentioning Kukoc. He's their superstar, number 7. Look at this bench. The assistant coach, the head coach.
Yankov is there along with Malkovich. Yankov's the guy who was at Arizona State one year. There's an inside feed. It's a one-point game.
There's really no baseline defense at all by Denver, and they're getting layups on the interior.
13 points for Savage. The crowd has really gotten into it now. Out it comes to Walter Davis.
This is where Davis or Lever usually are clutch players.
That's a foul on Savage.
Look at that coach doing a jump on the sideline. Does he really want this game? As Walter Davis, he's a clutch shooter, good head fake, triple threat position. Gets bumped on a play.
Well, Jugoplastika, who trailed by 15, 96-81, trails by 1 now with 2:50 left, and Davis at the line. Of course, Davis through the years has just been a sensational free throw shooter. Last year he shot 88%, which led the team.
Well, he's the kind of guy you want on that free throw line. Earlier we saw Hanslick take a shot from the baseline in a crucial possession. He's not the guy you really want to go to. Bill's more a contributing player on a defense end.
Those two guys weren't talking about where they're going to eat later tonight. They're trying to map some strategy. This telecast is presented by authority of the NBA solely for the entertainment of our audience as Davis hits the first one. Any rebroadcast, reproduction, or any other use of the picture, descriptions, and accounts of this game without the express written consent of the NBA is prohibited. Davis got both of them.
Somehow they're going to have to find a defensive stop down here. They have been unable to stop the Jugoplastika team with their possessions in his fourth period. Little screen and rolls and getting them free for layups on the interior.
There's Mažić with Kempton on him. What a move.
He's got some really good moves along that baseline.
Wow, is his stock going up. 29 points in the game, a one-point game again.
I told you, Gary, I think he's going to contribute as a complimentary player coming off the bench for the Celtics.
So the Nuggets with that one-point lead, 2:18 left in the game.
Michael Adams has been unable to hit the trifecta here today.
Davis trying to carry him offensively, hits another one.
Well, that's a smart play. Good decision by Michael Adams. He goes over to Walker Davis, gets the ball in the hands of the shooter.
Davis now with 24 points. 2 minutes left in his third annual Donals'd Basketball Open. Jugoplastika of Yugoslavia down by 3, missed the shot. The Denver Nuggets in danger of being the first NBA team to lose in this Open. Now trying to make a little push at the end. That's goaltending on Roger.
Good ball movement right there in transition. Hanslick doing a solid job defensively in guarding Kukoc.
Jugoplastika calls timeout. 1:47 left. 127-122 the Nuggets.
It's summer, and that means bugs, rats, and mice living and growing in your walls, attics, kitchen, and bathroom, around your kids, pets, and food. So stay tuned and find out how you can get the #1 selling pest control product for free. Introducing the new Rid-X Plus, a revolutionary device powered by Motorola technology that sends digital pulses through the wiring in your walls, driving bugs, roaches, rats, and mice right out of your house forever. All you do is simply plug it in. A single Rid-X Plus will protect one level of a typical house, apartment, or condominium. It's that simple. That's why Rid-X is #1 with over 3 million units sold. Thanks to Rid-X Plus, there's no more need to have strangers come to your home spraying poison around your children, food, and pets. Just plug in the Rid-X Plus and your entire house can be bug-free.
The best thing about Rid-X is it's the best product of its kind on the market. It saves me money, and I don't have to pay the bug guy to come in and spray all those chemicals in my house.
I've been using Rid-X for years. It's the only repeller that truly works. Thanks, Rid-X.
It saves me money because I don't have to buy all those chemicals and traps. Rid-X just makes me happy.
Tired of spending hundreds of dollars every year getting rid of pests? Tired of having strangers come into your home spraying poisons around your children, pets, and food? Well, now you can say no to chemicals forever by using the Rid-X Plus plug-in exterminator with Motorola technology. Rid-X Plus sold millions at over $50. But now, during our chemical-free campaign, you can be bug-free for only $29.95. But wait, order now and we'll give you a second Rid-X Plus absolutely free. That's right, free. Rid-X Plus comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so the only thing you have to lose are the pests. Not available in stores. Operators are standing by, so call now for this limited time offer.
Cavaliers 2007-2008 season tickets are on sale now. Cavs season tickets will get you access to exclusive MVP benefits, including the best seat locations, ticket discounts, and much more. Demand is at an all-time high. Guarantee the same great seat location for every game at the Q. Get your Cavs season tickets for next year now. Call 1-800-820-CAVS or visit Cavs.com. Your Cavaliers are presented by Cub Cadet Premium Lawn Equipment.
127-122. Jugoplastika over the limit. Denver has one foul to give, and a little confusion here.
Yeah, look at this here. Walter says, I got him. No, you got him, says Michael. No, I got him over there. No, you got him. I got him. They're all confused. They don't know who they're guarding.
Well, when you have got names that are like Pavicevic and Parasovic, you can't tell them apart. So, Jovanovic will bring it off to Kukoc, who has really been held down, and Hanslick commits the foul.
Hanslick really likes the challenge of stopping the stars. We look at the bench of the team from Yugoslavia.
So Tony Kukoc, who started out very effectively in this ball game, hit a long-range jumper, has not really been able to, in this game, be that big a factor. He does have 15 points, but This has been a very quiet 15. On the move, that'll be a charge that time going against Parasovic.
Notice they weren't in a bonus, so therefore they got the ball out of bounds, the Yugoslavian basketball team. But the next one would put them in a bonus, even though it's not 5, because on the second and last 2 minutes, you go to the free throw line.
That's right. Denver had 1 to give prior to that. There's a shot by Lever. 129, 122 with a minute 21 left.
Lever's Mr. Clutch on the floor. You need a big steal. You need a big offensive rebound. He likes to do it, and he does it well late in the game.
Kukoc with Hanslick jumping way out on him. Kukoc, tough shot, and he's fouled, and Hanslick with his second foul in a matter of seconds.
I'm convinced that Kukoc is a stationary player offensively. He has to really work. Coach Malkovich right here has to work with Kukoc on getting free without the ball, setting some screens, because that's a special art, Gary, getting yourself in position to use your great shot.
Look at that. First half 12, second half 3. Now, we mentioned he only weighs 190 pounds. He's also only 21 years old, and he's going to mature, and some of those things can start to happen.
Oh, he's going to be a big-time player in a couple years in terms of NBA basketball-wise. He's got the skills, the shot, the range, the passing ability.
6 unanswered points before that last free throw, and now Kukoc brings him back within a 129 to 124 game.
He'll be eligible for the NBA draft next year because he reaches his 22nd birthday. Here goes a half-court trap. If you look opposite, diagonally, you'll get a layup.
Davis from outside. That's a 2-pointer.
He said, that's a layup, Dick. For me, that's a layup. I shoot the J, baby. That's a layup.
What a tournament. What an open he's having. 26 points.
I'll tell you, Denver's not going to do it easy, but their fans are really going to see exciting basketball. It's going to be run, baby, run. Give up 120, score 125.
Not too shabby, huh? 131, 124. Davis will reload again.
Not really a good shot.
They should have taken some time off the clock. 28 seconds left. Jovanovic is fouled as he makes the move inside.
Because you're not out of the woods yet, not with a three-point shot, especially using the small three-point line, 22 feet as opposed to 23 feet 9.
Well, I think this game really has probably brought even more interest into the international arena because Jugoplastika playing so well here.
They really
and you
play
know
well.
what that means for next year. These teams are going to get very encouraged about whoever represents the NBA in next year's games because they come in here and have acquitted themselves extremely well.
This guy really started right out of the gate shooting the jump shot, Ivanovic, and really did a solid job at 20 points at halftime.
The captain of the team. So with 27 seconds left, he makes it 131 to 125. So the Nuggets, a little bit of a scare, but they escape, and they're going to escape with the win, and the NBA will go 3-0 in this McDonald's Open.
But it's a typical Denver win, Gary, the way they win. Score a lot of points, give up a lot of points. As we look at the bench right there, they're claiming a moral victory.
I want to thank our statistician, Marty Aronoff. I think he speaks better Italian than you and I do. Of course, I was impressed with some of your communication skills here.
Yeah, with the taxi drivers, you like some of those, huh? I'll tell you, moral victories, I just don't buy those, Gary, at all. Anytime you lace them up and come to play, you come to put the W on. Hey, here's a little guy talking about point guards. I mentioned earlier, Bob Ryan did a great story about the importance of the point guard. He pointed out, you look at Kevin Johnson, and did Jerry Colangelo have some adjectives about KJ? I mean, he thinks he's the greatest. And then you talk about Isaiah Thomas, even though I believe the best guard in the Piston uniform is Joe Dumars in terms of a total guard. You talk about Magic Johnson, and you look throughout the league, you need great point guard play to be able to win.
So with 20 seconds, it's winding down. 133, 125. The Nuggets win it. Ivanovic was fouled by Adams, who darts by. You talk about that Midwest division, Dick. Utah won it last year. Boy, everybody thinks San Antonio is going to be the most improved team in the NBA.
Well, they will, but remember where they're coming from 21 games, and now you line up with the likes of Sean Elliott, Maurice Cheeks. You bring in Terry Clemens. You have the play of a guy like David Robinson, the Admiral. I think, you know, you look at that basketball team, they're going to be solid. They'll win 45 games, but I still think in that league, I know everybody likes Utah, Stockton and Malone, and you talk about Eaton, but I have to like Dallas. I think if Dallas is healthy and Roy Tarpley can stay on the court, I really believe the Dallas Mavericks are going to have a great year.
Look at the 2 games for Walter Davis. The entire Jugoplastika team is standing as they have gone down to defeat here. 133-127 in this third annual McDonald's Open. They haven't scored a field goal in the last 2 minutes and about 20 seconds of this game. Jugoplastika has not. So the Nuggets closed them off, and Doug Moe returns to a place where he played basketball 2 years. Italy returns and will pick up this win, still probably wondering if he has that backup point guard behind Michael Adams.
Well, he's the dean of coaches in this league. He's been there 10 years. He's really been a force on that sideline, getting maximum out of his players. He really doesn't have the greatest of talent in the NBA. Walter Davis has been the star of stars here tonight.
Yeah, he's our MVP. If we had one that you would vote for, Walter, not only this game, but the entire tournament. So Pat Lieber puts some finishing touches on. Ivanovic nails it, and it's over.
That's the way he started it.